The Group Finder tool in Wrath Classic is a hotly debated topic, with some being hard advocates for the return of random dungeon finder and others defending the new tool. From personal experience, making and joining groups sometimes feels like it would be easier to make sense of the Shadowlands story, but for what it's worth, it does keep a bit of that classic vibe. Having used it for the last few weeks, there are certainly some issues with this new system, but with the help of my crack squad of guildies, I came up with a few solutions to the current problems. First, I'll go over the problems to trigger everyone who dislikes the system. Number one, for anyone looking to join a group, is that you can only apply to one at a time. If you apply to a group and the leader is either AFK or not paying attention, or just doesn't want you but won't decline, you can't request to join another one or you'll be hit with this message. You may not have experienced this if you're an in-demand class, but it might sound familiar if you're a Ret Paladin or Kitty Cat. Or maybe the Warlock group leader just won't invite another caster because he wants that trinket that I've been farming for the last 2 weeks and he doesn't want competition. Anyway, second, for group leaders, you can only see one person applying at a time. You can at least see the role and class of that one person, but you won't have any idea about anyone else. Third, which is only minor, anyone can sign as any role, which means you don't actually know what role they want to play. This literally happened to me while I was writing this video, where I invited someone who signed as a tank, only to find out they were DPS and had to awkwardly kick them while we were all waiting for them at the dungeon. And last is that groups can list more than one dungeon, or even every dungeon. This is fine if you're doing your world tour for badges or rep, but if you're looking for a specific dungeon, maybe Violet Hold for that trinket, it'll show you everyone who's selected it, even those who have selected more than one. For me, this has led to being in groups where people join thinking it was one dungeon, then finding out it was one they were saved for and leaving. This is just a few of them, and there will be more issues that I haven't encountered, so leave them in a comment if you need a place to vent. So now let's have a look at what they can do to fix this system. Solution 1, the original dungeon finder. It's simple, easy, it doesn't require the devs to think too much, and we get dungeon teleports. And if for instance it was only players from the same realm, no cross-realm play in my classic, you preserve the realm community and keep the accountability. Hardcore classic Andes might not like this one though, even if it was in original Wrath. If you're not a fan of that though, how about solution 2, retail group finder? This is effectively the same system that we have now, but with one key difference.
It just works.
You can see who's applying and invite who you want, you can see the groups searching, and you can apply to more than one group, everything we need in one place. This one might trigger those who believe retail is the reason their life resembles Asmongold but without the Twitch money. So what about solution 3? Fixing the current group finder. The way I see it, the best way to fix the current finder is making a few simple changes. First is decoupling the applying and inviting from the group invite system, so you can apply for more than one at a time. Second is adding a new tab to the finder to list who's applying to your group. Third is making it so you can search for any activity to be invited, but groups can only advertise they're doing one activity. That way you know what you're applying for. And lastly, make the player select which role they're applying as, or make the group leader select which role you're being invited for. Then you can't claim you're not a tank when you clearly fucking listed yourself as one, you stupid. But if they were going to do all that, why not just add the retail version, because this is basically just a reskin. Personally, my vote would go to number 3 of reskinning the retail group finder, so even though it functionally works the same way, it still feels like classic. Let me know if you agree in the comments, or if you have a better idea. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one.